and reflect potential outcomes. Actual results will vary based on individual sales activity, effort, market conditions, and other factors. For detailed information on our compensation structure, please refer to the official compensation document available in the Dreams Business Resources back office.
Hey, good morning, everybody. And maybe it's good afternoon. Obviously, we have people joining from all over the country. We very much appreciate your attendance today. We call these Super Saturdays, and they're really VIP training. We have our, best attendance on Saturdays because I think people's schedules, allow that to happen no matter where you are in the country. And we record all the trainings that we do throughout the week. So you can, access them if you had something going on, appointment, family, health, whatever it is you had going on. We have in a virtual world, you can access these trainings. So if you miss the training, you owe it to yourself if you're serious about this business and making money and building a great, residual income to watch the trainings. Okay, so my name is Mike Hinsvark. I'm coming to you live from Savannah, Georgia. It's a pretty nice day out, a little bit cold, maybe in the 40s. But I'll tell you what, we appreciate everybody's attendance. And you're going to learn a lot. And you're going to hear from some of our top reps who are making it happen out in the field this morning. And, I'm really excited just to share with you what's happening. And if you get out there and you talk to business owners and you share with them how we can help them free up money, you're going to see some great results. We're literally training you to give away money. I mean, we're not asking you to sell things where they have to come out of pocket. We're literally showing you how to go into a business and create value right out of the gate. And that's a different, psychology, right? It's a different ballgame. The number one objection we hear is that this sounds too good to be true. That's actually a great objection. And of course, you'll raise it, or the professional who closes your sale for you will raise it before they ask it. Okay. Because, we already know they're going to say that. But the truth is, when you really understand the power of this product portfolio that you're looking at right now, you'll see, wow, B2B, business to business, is the place to be, right? Because here's why, because we get the ability to help people, entrepreneurs, small business owners. We help our community. We help our state, right? And so here, you guys, we have that ability to really make a difference out there in our country. These are the unsung heroes. I find it ironic. I find it cool that people, will sometimes buy a coffee for a police officer or firefighter or a military person at the, coffee shop or Starbucks, because they'll appreciate and thank them. Thank you for your service. But I'll tell you, teachers, right? So many people provide service and, help the community. But the business owners, very rarely, if ever, does anybody think about thanking them. Thanks for, building a great business in our community and employing so many people. And I know the risks that you obviously have to take and what you had to put on the line to make this happen. And I just want to acknowledge and appreciate that. It's true, right? And so that's why, you guys, you want to get a tip for if you're ever in a BNI meeting and you have to give your talk. Jim George did this. He was invited into a BNI meeting. He had a 1-minute talk on what we do to help businesses create, savings and really show them how to free up cash flow with our products. And then he ended by reading this. When you buy from a small business, you're not helping a CEO buy their third holiday home. You're helping a little girl get dance lessons, a little boy get his team jersey, and moms and dads put food on the table. And he said the energy in the room was like incredible from just reading that. And he said the next speaker goes, how do I follow that? How can I follow that? You guys, really, I feel so so strong about what we're doing and how good, these people are. You remember the movie Ray Kroc with Michael Keaton? And when he was in an argument with his wife, and she said, "You mortgaged the house? You mortgaged the house?" You guys, it's happening all over the country, and we're out there helping these business owners, make things happen. Now, we're not unrewarded for our efforts, right? This is not the Red Cross. This is a business where, we want you to make profits too, right? Except for here, your profits can be for the life of the contract, the life of the plan. Okay. And that's better than lifetime income, by the way. Lifetime income means it ends when you die. But the life of the contract, a business doesn't die of old age, right? Or health issues or in accidents, right? Now they can die, obviously, they can go out of business or get acquired. But in all, you can build a residual income that you can literally pass on for generations. That's why we ask who your beneficiary is when you sign up. If you haven't filled that in, there's two things you have to fill in on your profile when you sign up in the back office. One of them is your beneficiary. Now, you'll notice that why you've never probably done that before, because nobody asks who your beneficiary is because they're not interested, because they're never going to pay them, right? But we ask, and so you can get vested here, and we can pass that on literally for generations. Now here, there's another thing that a lot of people neglect to fill in, which is your financial information, meaning your your checking account routing number and account number, so we can direct deposit you automatically your commission checks every week, right? And so fill that in. That helps, right? It helps get your commissions paid quicker, and you'll find that in the same place where you find the beneficiary on a different tab. But that's your financial profile. So make sure you take care of those two. They're very important. Now, we do big sales, we do one-on-one sales, but you guys, just like getting paid for life of the contract is a game changer, doing enterprise or B2B sales is a game changer. One at a time pales in comparison. I was trying to think of the right word choice there. one at a time, or 1,000 at a time, or 100 at a time, or 10,000 at a time. You tell me, what would you rather do? You guys, in this model, you literally can make one sale that changes your life. One sale can change your life because it's a lifetime commission, right? One override on a big sale can change your life too. And so that's a winner. Now, not asking for money is also it's a game changer, right? The number one objection for people like us in the field, by far, without a doubt, no questions asked, is I can't afford it right now. Not right now. You'll with the majority of our products, that's impossible for them to say, I can't afford to save 60,000 a year or 60,000 a month on payroll taxes. I can't afford to get a $600,000 R&D tax credits. I can't afford to save, $1.2 million a year on my group health. I can't afford to save 40% on my, cloud computing and Stream PC. I can't afford to save on my energy. I can't afford to say, how could somebody say that? They can't, right? And so it's beautiful. No out-of-pocket costs, giant sales, hopefully, right? Commercial, multiple at the same time, get paid for the life of the plan. And here's what I'm going to make a big deal about: the referral business model. The professionals sell it for you. They don't just sell it, they enroll, they service, they administer the plan. Now, in a normal company, I'm just going to skip because I'm doing a class while I'm doing the overview. In a normal company, we would have to teach you the entire sales process. And that's hard enough to do with one product, okay? Let alone if we were to try to teach you how to sell, enroll, overcome objections for all the products that we have, right? And so here, look at this is the normal. What are you looking for? Okay, this is the normal sales cycle, okay, right here. But we get to cross out most of the stuff because this is a referral model, or almost like an affiliate model. You refer, somebody else takes it over from there. But we're doing that in the B2B large sale marketplace. It's unbelievable. Let's go right here. This is all the hats you would have to wear. Hang on a second. This is all the hats you would have to wear if you were a traditional agent. Okay. So if you were a traditional agent just on group health, but you have to do this on everyone if you want to be a pro and give world-class service and support. You have to be the account executive. You have to be the account manager. You have to be the customer service rep. You have to be the business analyst. You have to be the sales assistant. You have to deal with compliance, administration, comparisons. No way. No way can you beat all of these to everybody. And so you don't have to be here. You simply refer, and that's how you get all these incredible products, potentially with one client. Now, you guys think about it sincerely. If you and I owned a business together, if this was a board meeting of our company, not a training for B2B sales, for our business, this was a board meeting. Would we sincerely want to save $1 million on our group health? Of course. Would we take seriously the ability to save, $400,000 a year in payroll tax savings with a proven plan? Of course, we'd be all over that. That'd raise the value of our company by $2.5 million. Vote aye. All that say aye. Okay, we're doing it. We're going to save $1 million on our group health. Who wants to get the tax credit for the R&D tax credit that we've been missing out on for all these years? It's $500,000, but we can go back 3 years. So we're going to get $2 million up front, and we can get over $500,000 a year moving forward. How many of you guys say aye? Aye. Okay, the ayes win. Okay. How many of you want to improve the security of our system so we're not vulnerable to a extinction event where somebody hacks us and asks us for a ransom of $2.5 million? And if we pay it, they still might not release our data, and we go out of business and get sued in a class action lawsuit. How many want to protect ourselves from that and save 40% on our existing costs? All of you interested, say aye. Okay, the ayes win. How many? We got an offer for commercial solar on the building, and it'll pay for itself even if we finance it over 4 years, and then we'll have our energy bill reduced by 60 to 70% per year from then on going forward. How many of you want to say aye to that? Aye. The ayes win. Who would say no to any of those? No one. You guys, how about in addition to our 401k, we want to offer a group IUL plan that gives them the living benefits and really improve on their circumstances, and chances at retirement, and they can take it with them. How many people want to offer them more options for retirement, better benefits, to differentiate ourselves, to have better win-win? How many? Everyone. The ayes win again. You guys, now, do you think this company that just saved us millions and increased the value of our company by $4.5 million deserves some of our referrals? Absolutely. So we're going to refer them business. You guys, that's how it works. That slide, I'm going to put that slide in the chat. You know that you're supposed to try to sell additional sales for another reason, because your persistency goes way up when you have more than one sale with a client. Now, let me ask you this. Is persistency important if you're getting paid renewals for life? Okay. Is keeping them on the books slightly important? Okay, yes. That's why if you try to be the jack of all trades and wear all these hats, and you give crappy service, and somebody can come in and offer something, better service, your lifetime income would disappear, right? So we're going to give them the best of everything, product-wise. I'm going to let you hear from some people who are kicking butt today. But before I do, and then we're going to train on a couple of the products, and then the second half, we're going to show you some of the software we've put together. And the Dream Score Analyzer is a financial needs analysis for business owners, a confidential needs analysis for business owners, only it's digital. Only it's tied into a Dreams Cloud, a CRM, and uses AI, artificial intelligence, to really give them a report that shows them all the savings we can provide them. So you guys, you're going to learn about all this incredible, products, tools, solutions today, and you're going to see that we really have our act together. Now, if you were with us 2 Saturdays ago, we had the best training I think we've had since we started the company, when Jeff came on from Quantum and blew all our minds. Now, I put that replay in the chat, in the back office, and in the emails I send out every day, including today, this morning. And if you missed that, you need to watch it. You need to watch it even if you didn't miss it. I cut it down to just his part, 1 hour and 6 minutes. But you'll learn everything you need to know about why a fully insured plan it will ensure that you and I land bigger cases and keep them on the books. The difference between a fully insured and a self-insured plan, okay? And why it's so powerful to have these types of benefits that are not a duplication of the benefits that they already have. Meaning indemnity benefits, where you get $1,000 a day if you go into the hospital, is different than a fancy telehealth, which we have, which this has too, that they already have with their existing plan anyway, if they have group health. And so here they can't say, hey, their health broker, who's going to oftentimes try to kill your deal, can't say, hey, you already have all these benefits, because they don't have all these indemnity benefits. One person could, in an accident, collect $36,000 in 1 month in checks, and 36,000 non-taxable. You know what that does, you guys? That helps cover the deductibles, the copays, and the max out of pocket that their insurance, that their group health policy does not cover. So it's a perfect fit. This product is a perfect fit with the group health plan. Now they focus on companies 50 and above, and we have 125 plans for under 50, right? We have the whole thing, and we can make exceptions, but there needs to be a reason why. But the bottom line is that the employee's check goes up. There's great medical benefits because of the taxes, but the reason that the business owner calls the shots 100% of the time is because of their savings. And if they have 1,000 employees, it's 600,000 to 900,000 per year. Now, Thursday, we had a great training on group health, and we played a video where this guy, this health trainer, he trained why stories are so important to tell when you're in a sales process. Because when you tell a story, people's different regions of their brain fire off when you tell a story. When you give facts, their brain just stays in one category, and that's why they don't remember the facts. But when you tell a story, they remember the facts. You want to know the story that Jeff told us on that Saturday? He told us that, and I wonder if you guys remember it, because it's a story you remember, right? But the facts easily slip away. But the story, and it's a true story, a company, a group of people, how we flip houses, and some people flip apartment buildings, and some people flip commercial real estate. Well, millionaires, venture capitalists flip companies, okay? And so this group bought a company, and their intention was to hold it for 5 years and then flip it. Okay, that's what you guys, I wasn't really aware of that, till he told this story, okay, that they flip companies. Okay, I mean, I knew it happens, but I didn't know they buy it with the intention of holding it 5 years, and they already had it all planned out. After they learned about this plan, because they had like 1,000 plus employees, and the EBITDA being increased by millions of dollars, just putting in place the quantum plan gave them the valuation increase they were looking to gain after 5 years of just holding it and doing nothing. So they made the decision to sell the company right away after implementing the quantum plan, because they already hit their goal. That's a powerful, true story that people won't forget, okay? And stories, are really important. So you guys, one of the lessons I wanted to teach you today is that when you get on a training, you might not say, I'm not licensed, so I don't want to be on the group health training. But the truth is, on the group health training, you're going to learn all these incredible B2B sales tactics. You might not be as, aware of how good Stream PC is as a product to get you in the door, and it appeals to people, but it does. But you might miss the training. But on that training, we learn all these incredible sales techniques and statements to make that apply to all of our B2B products. And it's the same thing on energy. It's the same thing on Bank Breezy. On these trainings, and today, you don't just learn about product knowledge, the facts that aren't going to stick with them anyway. You're going to learn the stories and sales techniques and statements that you can impact people with, that make a difference, that'll help you get a sale, help you get a client. So I'm going to give you I took good notes, you guys, for you. But in today's email that I sent out to everyone, I did you a favor. And now of course it's in the back office, but I realize some people probably forget how to get in the back office, okay? And so they're brand new, okay? And so let me just show you what I did in today's email. I copy and pasted right here these trainings that we just did in the last 48 to 72 hours. And I took so many good notes, okay, on these trainings. They're so good, okay? So, by the way, you can watch a training at I think you can watch it at 1.25 speed and even speed it up. Okay, but in reality, these were epic trainings. Now, I don't post all the trainings all the time because there's so many. These were so good, I made sure I posted them. So if I want to recommend that you watch these if you didn't see them, and you're going to get some great, information. So let me just tell you some of the lines that you're going to want to write down to become a better B2B consultant, okay? A B2B person out there in the field. But I do want you to watch it, okay? I just told you the stories one. That came from a Harvard study, okay? And then 50 studies are 55% more memorable, okay, than just facts. Okay, now here's a sentence that they use for Stream PC. What's your cloud strategy for cybersecurity? Do you have a cybersecurity or cloud strategy for the future? Businesses are thinking about that. And then this is from Lizette, okay, on the Stream PC. What are your current challenges? You guys, it's a smart question, right? You got to ask that. What are your current challenges? And what's your vision for 2025? Those are two great questions to ask a business owner, right? And do you have an AI adoption strategy? Because we all know that if you're not embracing and taking advantage of AI in 2026, you have a much higher probability of not being in business. So do you have any type of an AI adoption strategy? By the way, that's a true statement. AI is going so fast, okay? And then, you guys, there was just so many good little one-liners. Okay, here was one of the best ones I learned on that group health training. I'm just going to pass it on to you. But when I do a presentation, like I'm doing for you guys right now, I was doing a presentation for a business owner in Miami, 11 restaurants, 288 employees, Cuban gentleman, very direct to the point. He stopped me on the benefits page and said, nope, just show me the savings. I'm not interested in that. Okay. I loved that. I love that brutal honesty. I don't want to hear, I don't care about the benefits. It's basically what he was saying. Skip it. Take me to my savings. Okay. So while the paycheck increase is wonderful and the benefits are wonderful, if you go off on a tangent, spending too much time on how wonderful you become a health insurance agent instead of a business consultant, and you spend like 10 minutes on this, they are wonderful. And it'd be easy to make that mistake. Get too all excited about the product that the other guys are thinking it. But this guy actually verbalized it. Hey, get to the point, my friend. What's in it for me? Okay, he said it. Not quite that, but stop. I don't want to see the benefits. I want to see my benefit. Okay, so he took me, I was like, great. I wish I already knew that. I wish this should be the number one slide, but we have to be in compliance. So we have to talk about the benefits first. But if they stop you and say, go, move on, just don't spend too much time before you get to the point because you might lose them, right? And I've been on an appointment where the guy only had 20 minutes and the introduction and everything took so long. We didn't get to this slide. It wasn't my fault. And the guy left. The guy left before we got to this slide. Okay. It was like a tragedy. It was a big company. Okay. So this is what they care about. This is why they buy the plan. Not 99% of the time, 100% of the time. It's based on the payroll tax savings. Yeah, it's great. Of course, they'll justify their decision when the employees get a pay raise and the benefits are wonderful, but this is the decision. So here's what I learned on the group health plan. They interviewed a bunch of C-suite executives, including the human resource people, and they asked them, what is the most important factor in you making a decision for any product that comes into your company? And they got the truthful answer. Brutal truth, which is fear. My decision is based on the fear of losing my job. So all my decisions are based on job security, my job security, not the company's best interest. That's why we say human resources is where good ideas go to die, because their decision is not based on what's best for the company. Hell, it's not their company, right? Their decision is, hey, if I make this decision and something goes south, I could lose my job. I have a house and children and payments. They admitted it, that's their decision. Now, I don't think that's the CEO, the CFO, or the owner's decision process. But if you're with the wrong person in the company, that is the truth. The truth is their decisions are based on fear and job security. So that was like, and that's a Harvard study as well. Awesome that they got people to be honest like that, isn't it? Okay, so just know that this is why the business owner decides it. But if you're talking to the wrong person, they're thinking, damn, I don't know how this thing works. This thing, if it goes south, could get me in trouble, okay, get me fired. And so we have to overcome those objections, right? Now, we did a whole training last Saturday. It's in that, email I sent you today and on the front page of the back office, recent news. If you click more news, it'll show all the trainings for the last 4 months. Okay, so you can catch up on the group health by watching last week's training. I'm not going to give you the whole thing, other than to say we have the best of the best of the best. And to over 150 companies, they do everything for us. World-class service. We can save the company money 100% of the time if they have over 100 employees. And I do think you should lead with the payroll tax savings plan, not group health. You know what? We verified that with our good friend ChatGPT. And Chat told us that the average business owners approached 5 to 15 times a month on group health. Okay, and guess what it is on payroll tax savings plans? It's like 0 to 5, and usually 0. Okay, so do you want to come in to be the 16th guy or the 15th guy or gal who presents, I can save you money on your group health, or you want to be the first person to talk to them about payroll tax savings, right? Now, of course, we're going to find out if there's an opening for this, and then this can lead to 19 additional sales, and you're, 12, 15, 18 per employee per month going to 30, 40, 50 per employee per month, and you retiring on one company, okay? So if it leads, we're going to see if it takes us there, but we're going to do it in the right order. Now, we're in all 50 states. Group health is a unique animal because each state has a different insurance commissioner. So just like Quantum had to go to all 50 states to get approved individually by each insurance commissioner, New York and New Jersey are so corrupt, they had to get a federal approval, okay? And they did. So they're approved in all 50 states. But each state, when it comes to group health, is strange, has strange rules and differentiators. We're in all 50 states. In Colorado, if you're a traditional agent, if you don't have 10 sales a year with 90% persistency, they pull your license. There's a strange rule for you, right? And so, but we have everything covered in all states and local knowledge. But here's what I want you to realize. You guys, I was watching videos on this morning, that Bueller guy, not Ferris Bueller, but the other Bueller guy, okay, who interviewed on Tucker Carlson about the corruption in the health industry. He's in Congress now with RFK testifying. And it's so, you guys, this is how you make friends with business owners. This is how we transition from saving them $500,000 a month on their payroll tax savings to their group health and tripling your income, okay, your lifetime residual income by getting in this conversation this way. Exactly, we're going to say, you realize that the health insurance industry is a completely rigged game, and you realize that the person who's getting the brunt of the ripoff is you, business owners, because 80% of Americans get their health insurance through their employer. And the employers with 50 or more employees have to pay at least half of that premium. So you're taking the brunt of the abuse, the financial corruption in that industry, and let them come back at you. You know what my big client said? Our big client, Jim, said? He said, You guys are preaching to the choir. Okay, you guys are preaching to the choir. I do everything, they do nothing, and I get nothing. And I do all the health work. Okay, so it's gonna make a friend with you, okay? Because it's the same, you guys, if you had a 1965 Mustang all tricked out in your garage with chrome, pot hoses and all this cool stuff, and then you went on an appointment, and the guy had a 1967 amazing Mustang in their driveway. Do you think you'd become friends with that person, like, oh, instantly, and talk about Mustangs, for 15, 20 minutes before you ever got to the point of what you came over there for? You guys would become like best friends overnight. Okay, because you have something so strong in common. And you know what we have so strong in common with every business owner in America? The fact that they know they're getting screwed. If you just come right in before you get in this conversation and say, are you married to your broker? You're blowing it, right? But if you get in a conversation about how crazy, corrupt, evil the industry is, and then you say, are you married to your broker? It's a little different, right? It's a little harder to say that. So you guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk about just two more things, and I'm going to bring up some testimonial guest speakers that I asked to share with you today. And, the R&D tax credit is one of our, I love all of our products. I'm sincere about that, right? But the one I love the most is the business opportunity to turn people on to B2B sales, insurance agents, mortgage, realtors, to add a B2B division to their business, okay? And get paid 100% renewals for life and figure out quickly that these products are way better than whatever they're already doing, okay? And that won't take long for them to figure that out, okay? Because of the renewals for life. That's it, okay? And so you guys, R&D is 100% renewals for life. The reason nobody's claiming it is because the name confuses everybody, including the accountants, including the business owners, because it's really any new product or process. But it's more than that. It's any new or improved product, process, formula, invention, software, technique. And if they're trying to make their product cleaner, greener, quicker, cheaper, whether it works or not, they qualify. So many companies do qualify. But here's how sad it is. A very small portion gets claimed. See that green slice? And all you guys, there's another line inside that green slice. Want to see that line? That's the percentage of businesses that claim it. 85% of the companies that actually do claim it, and almost none do, are giant companies: Amazon, SpaceX, Tesla. Only 15% of the slice of that actually claim it are small and medium businesses. So let's say that 96, 97% of small and medium businesses are not claiming the credit. And it's because of this. It's because the accountants and the business owners think that it's just for big companies, and that couldn't be further from the truth. So we've been out there educating people, and no one in our group has done a better job than Trey Jones. Okay, getting out there and talking to the business owners and sharing with them the power of this tax credit and really having success. And we can all do the same thing, okay, and help and make a difference. So Trey, if you could come off mute for a minute, and I'm going to have you be the first guest speaker. You guys, we have 3 guests who are going to speak today. They're all, by the way, it's not a strange coincidence. They're all killing it on, they understand the product side, but they're also building a team. So Trey is, building a team on the leaderboard. You can see it, and he's killing it with R&D. But Trey, if you could go ahead and tell us a little bit about what's going on in your business with R&D, I really appreciate you being here.
Sure thing, Mike. Well, again, we're setting up appointments and closing deals left and right. I don't really know what all to go over that I haven't so far, except for maybe this week. This last week, we actually went through 6 referral appointments, and we set them up, closed them, onboarded them, got them done. We just sent out invoices on about $1 million in R&D tax credits, give or take a little bit. That was just recently sent out within the last 2 days. So I mean, we've got some big deals that are coming through. We've got a few small deals that have come through. I actually went and I did a R&D presentation with a gentleman, and while we were sitting there going through it all, he looked at me and he goes, "Well, I want to definitely get this done for my business, but I deal with a lot of farmers. And I said, okay. And I kind of looked at him and I said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I kind of have a good idea where you're going with this. And we do what we call a revenue share. And he goes, well, tell me about it. So I did. And I said, if you just want to send people over and we'll go take care of them, we can do that. And he goes, actually, I think what I want to do is what you're doing, because I know with all of the farmer customers that I have, they're going to come in, they're going to sit down in my office. They know me already. So I actually brought him and his partner both on. Well, I've got to bring his partner on today. Team's growing. People are getting out there and doing things. I couldn't imagine it being any better than what it is right now.
Let me interview you real quick, because Thursday night or Tuesday night we did training on R&D, and Trey was on there and just inspired me and everyone on that call with what he just shared and more. But Trey, what's the population in the town where you live?
We're about, I don't know, 250, 300 people.
You guys, when he said that, I
You know
swear.
what? Let me tell you something. I've never actually looked it up because it's more of a little resort lake village. It's not even really a town, it's a village. So out of curiosity, hold on, let's find out.
Okay, you guys, when he said it, I thought it was about the same as Savannah, because he said 300, and I was like, Savannah's like 275, and then I realized, no, he's like literally 300, and Savannah's 275,000, right? And he's on, no, 300 people. Let's see what it is. Yeah, chat.
So I was incorrect. As of 2023, now we moved here in 24, so it has changed a little bit. But as of 2023, it was 73 people.
Okay, so you guys, he's going to other huge towns nearby with like 400 and 500 people, not 1,000, right?
Yeah, 500 people.
Yeah. Now what's your success rate when you walk in and talk to a business?
Well, I don't want to jinx myself, but we've closed them.
So they're all receptive to listening. And what percentage of them did you know? I mean, you that big one you closed first was you just walked in, didn't even know them, right?
I did. So, and I will say, I think a very large reason why the rest of these are closing systematically is because they are referrals from referrals from referrals from referrals. I mean, we are, and I'll be very blunt and honest with you. I don't think I have gone and prospected a new business this month.
Because it's taken off with referrals, right?
I'm setting 4, 5, 6 appointments a week, and there's logically no reason for me to go prospect new businesses until I get the clients that have been sent to me taken care of first. That's a number one priority.
What would you say to me if you were referred to me and okay, you're coming over, I was referred to talk to you. What do you say to me when you walk in my business?
So typically what has happened so far is I get phone calls from people saying, hey, so-and-so said I needed to talk to you. And jokingly, because I already know why, jokingly I said, okay, what did they tell you that they need to talk to you about? I don't know. You're just the guy I need to talk to. And I kind of laugh about it. And I said, okay. So one of the things that we do is we go over the research and development tax credit. And it's something that, I mean, I can explain it to you over the phone, but I tell you what, I'm right down the road. What do you have going on here in about an hour? Well, nothing. I would much rather come up there, meet you, you meet me. That way you know me and I know you. Sit down and take 10, 15, 20 minutes of your time to kind of go over it. That way you can ask the questions that you need to ask, and I can show you the things that I need to show you.
And so go ahead.
Before I even walk in the door, the appointment has been set.
And then do you show them like a little PowerPoint or I decide, what do you show them?
Well, now this might get me into trouble.
Okay,
I don't.
that's fine.
I literally make it a relaxed, sit back conversation. Um, during the rapport, during the conversations back and forth, we just sit and we talk, whether it be about well, one of the referrals that I went to, he has this little hideaway office that's kind of his getaway. And you walk up these sketchy stairs and you get up there and you're not sure what you're about to walk into. And you open the door and it is like a man cave slash hunting lodge. It was this cool little setup. And he was a bourbon drinker, which I'm a huge bourbon drinker. And he had a full wall of different types of bourbon. So we would get to talking, and I'd bring up, we'd talk about a couple of the bottles of bourbon that I saw up there. And I would throw out something as minor as, here's the other thing. Take the bourbon, for example. They're constantly trying to improve their product. Believe it or not, that qualifies for R&D. And just little things like that throughout the conversation. If something catches our eye, because initially what I want them to do without me sitting there having to tell them all about it, I want the interest to be there enough to ask about it, if that makes any sense at all.
It does. And tell me this, what's your goal? What is your goal for 2024 in terms of 2025, excuse me, in terms of R&D credits? How much do you want to help your Missouri get those credits?
So right now, we are about a month and a half, month and three quarters into the year. And we have processed or in the process of processing about 4 million in total R&D credits currently. I would like to keep that momentum going, and I would like to clear 30 million for the farmers that I can get credits for around here. That's kind of my goal. 30 million in R&D tax credits is my goal.
Personal, right? Then
Yes.
you plus you have a team, right?
Correct.
And
And with that being said, I'm actually flying out to North Carolina here in a couple of weeks because I have 2 agents out there, and we're going to go and we're going to hit up all the wineries, and we're going to spend 10 days doing the same out there that I do here and try to generate quite a bit of business out there and get them on their feet and get them going. My son, as most of you guys have been on here before, know, he works side by side with me and has been. He got his first official one on his own. He's going out there and he's doing it. I couldn't ask for more.
You guys, if you missed it last week, Trey shared with us how we played a video from a CIA trainer who trains salespeople and just people, how the difference between your perception and other people's perspective. But then Trey told us how he asked ChatGPT to explain to his 20-year-old son the R&D credit, and it explained it from a 20-year-old's perspective instead of from our perspective. And when his son read it, his son says, "Oh, now I understand." So then Trey did the same thing for a farmer, and he explained it with examples for a farmer, how they qualify. And he did the same thing for a dentist, and it explained it from the perspective of a dentist with different examples how a dentist might qualify. And that, to me, was one of the biggest things, I've learned all year. It's a short year, but I've learned in a long time ways to leverage ChatGPT to help explain something to somebody from their perspective instead of from ours, right? And so it really is great what you shared. And that 30 million, I know you can do it. I know you will do it. The last question is, when you walked in your very first appointment that you didn't know the guy, what did you say to that guy, the fertilizer guy?
So I initially walked in under the ERTC program.
Okay.
And I walked in and I introduced myself and I told them that I was here to talk to them about the PPP loan that they took out in April of 2020 and the correlation with their ERTC benefits. And the first person I talked to looked at me like I was straight out of the nut house. He had no idea what I was talking about. And he said, "I have no idea what you're talking about. Let me find somebody that does." He ended up going and finding the person that I needed to talk to, who ended up being the owner of the company. And we sat down and we talked about the ERTC. We got them going on it because they had not filed it yet. And at this point in time, I had been in there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, give or take, somewhere around in there. A little bit of warm up, a little bit of discussion, a little bit of more warm up, so on and so forth. And then we went through how to get started on the ERTC. And when we were finished with that, as I was getting ready to leave, I looked at the owner of the business and I said, you were telling me earlier that you guys do a lot with fertilizer. So what exactly do you do? And he kind of explained a little bit here and there of what he did. And I looked at him and I said, so how much are you getting back on your R&D tax credit? And he said, what are you talking about? And I said, oh boy, do I got something for you.
That's it. How much are you getting back on your R&D? You should just assumed he knew about it, but he's like, what's that? That's really good. And so, Trey, we appreciate you and we appreciate your willingness to share and willingness to set the example for others. You guys, anyone can go do this. If Trey can do it in a population of 75, and branching out to huge towns nearby with 500, anyone can do this anywhere. So you just got to get out there and talk to people. And so I think you will come back to you for question and answer, but I have another guest who has an appointment at 12 and I want to give him a chance, him and his wife, to share with us. So Trey, thank you very much. You guys, you're going to hear from two other great people this morning. Jim Saar and his wife Tish, they have a background in insurance like a lot of us do, right? He's a successful insurance broker. He's a friend of Eric Lofholm's, and him and I have known each other for a while, years, because of Eric, our common friend. But basically, Jim and Tish have gone out and really embraced, the whole Dreams platform, and that you can see him here on the leaderboard. He's number 3 right now in the company. Trey Jones is number 7, by the way. So he's also building a team. And after we hear from Jim and Tish, we're going to hear from Bernard, him and his wife Helen. They're 1 and 2 in the company. They're taking off also. So you're going to hear from like the top people on the leaderboard who are making it happen here. So Jim and I are the ones who met with the payroll company that is loves quantum and is interested in group health that has 30,000 employees, right? And so Jim has that going for him. Okay, but at the same time, you guys, he's out there making it happen here, and his wife Tish has gone through the whole training center and really embraced supporting him. So they're working together as a team. Jim, if you could come off mute and just share with us kind of your excitement and what's going on in your team and how you're building your business.
Yeah, Mike, thanks a lot. Well, being in the insurance industry for years, and I run an agency of a lot of agents that sell life insurance as not as their primary. Some it's primary, most of them it's incidental. So we're getting ready to do a big marketing campaign on the 125 and group med for all of my existing agents. But we're also wanting to reach out and bring in people from other industries into our organization. We feel very confident that this big sale is going to close hopefully next week. Brad has been working directly with the owner and they've been having great conversations. But even if that goes through, you never want to put, all your eggs in one basket and ride one horse, because if they ever decide to change directions and all you did was sit back and collect money from that, you're going to find yourself with nothing because you were dependent upon one person. So we've really embraced the idea of building a team. And so Tish and I have really put our minds together, and she's amazing. She's got she's been a project manager for years. She's got a master's in in organizational management. And oh my God, she does stuff that I couldn't even think about doing. So I'm going to turn this over to her because she's the real machine behind everything that's going on. And what I'm doing is interviewing people. And but I'm going to let her talk about exactly what she's doing because the key thing, as we all should look at in what we're doing, is what we're doing duplicatable? Because if it's duplicatable, you can build a dynasty. If it's something that only you can do, well, you've kind of pigeonholed yourself into a very exclusive thing that without you, it doesn't run. So we want to make sure that we can put together a teaching system utilizing all the Dreams resources to get to new recruits so that they can hit the ground running to the speed that they want to start. So here's Tisha. I'm gonna let her take it away.
Good morning. So kind of what we did is like the three-pronged stool approach. So Jim had approximately 1,400 existing real estate or insurance agents. So we're sending out a campaign with them using the ringless voicemail, text messaging, and emails. So that's one campaign that we're doing to re-engage the existing clientele that he has. The second thing that we did was we utilized Handshake, which is the #1 recruiting tool for college graduates and college students. So we've been putting out a job posting on that. We've gotten 80 responses in 12 days. Jim's already done 17 interviews. We've had 3 people sign up. We've got 3 more that are getting ready to sign up. He's got 7 more interviews just on Monday alone with that. So that has been amazing. If you want to do recruiting for just new hungry people that are ready to think outside of the box and be entrepreneurs. And by the way, ChatGPT did all of this. I did not write a single job posting. I didn't write a single email. I didn't write a single text message script, anything. It was all done with ChatGPT. And the last thing we're doing is utilizing LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And with that, and I can give Mike the details or the instructions on how to do it, but you can actually send out 950 direct messages per month using the Sales Navigator. So there is a way to do that. You could send out 950 in a single day if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend that. I would spread it out over the course of the month, but that is a way to reach people that you are not connected to. So that's kind of the other thing that we're doing. And again, ChatGPT has written all of the direct messages that we use. I'm doing sequences for some of those. Some of them are just, one and done. If they respond, great. If they don't, great. So we're kind of playing around and seeing which messages are getting the best traction. But I've had ChatGPT do it all.
Wow. And tell us what your experience is with the training center.
I love the training center. So when we first signed up, I went through, I don't know, I think at least 10 of the back office ones and completed all the training for the Fast Start, the Mastery, TrueMark Health. I can't remember which ones I did now, but I go back and forth and look at those all the time and refresh myself with those and going through the I Decide. So I send out a lot of links when I do our Handshake, candidates. When they respond, I send them back an email that says, thank you for applying. Please watch this short video. I send them a link to the I Decide presentation. So that way we know that they've watched it and then they book a time on Jim's calendar.
Incredible. So, hey, tell me about what you did with the 12-week year. So you embraced the 12-week year, right?
Yeah. So the 12-week plan, same thing. I used ChatGPT to create that. So because I didn't really know where to get started. Going back and doing the trainings was the easy part and getting an understanding of the business and the products and what the offerings were. But how to go about building this business, I had ChatGPT design that 12-week plan, and that's what I've used. So I had ChatGPT tell me, hey, what are the best platforms that I should use if I want to recruit new people? What are the best platforms if I want to recruit existing life insurance agents and real estate agents? So ChatGPT put all of that together for me, along with, okay, if I need to post how many times a week into Facebook and LinkedIn, great. What kind of post should I do? Write the post for me. Tell me what kind of images I should use. It did all of that. So that was how it set up the 12-week plan. And then I condensed it into kind of a week 1, week 2, week 3 plan. So we knew what to do. And I will say that for the most part, we've stayed on track with that. But we got a little sidetracked because Handshake really took off and we had so many interviews to do that I laid off a little bit on getting out my weekly and daily posts, but I had to write a kind of a quick start guide of our own for bringing on new agents. So when our new agents come on board, I've got something to give them so they know how to get started. So they know how to go ahead and get onto the training, get enrolled into the business and how to get them started on using LinkedIn and Facebook, and if they want to utilize Handshake and the same tools that we did. So like Jim said, I'm trying to make this process very duplicatable so that anybody else that comes on board can do exactly what we're doing and be successful at it. And yes, that is our YouTube channel.
So Jim and Tish have a great YouTube channel. They're traveling the United States and really, even though we all come from San Diego, okay, they're traveling around the country. They're actually coming through Savannah next week, right? And
We'll be there on Tuesday.
Okay, so I'll definitely connect with you when you're here. But they're traveling around in a motorhome and seeing the country and doing this on the road. Excuse me.
We have I think just over 20,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, and we are going to start doing YouTube videos. So that's one thing we're kind of going to do is pivot away a little bit from our travels and those kind of videos to telling them about how we can make money on the road or how anyone can make money remotely. Because a lot of people that are doing full-time traveling still need income. So this is something that anybody can do. So we're going to be doing some YouTube videos and putting those out there as well.
Where are you right now?
We are in St. Augustine right now, and we're going to head up to Amelia Island here in a few minutes for the day, but we'll be in Savannah. Then we're going to head to Myrtle Beach, then Columbia, Milledgeville, Knoxville. I'm not even sure the rest of the way to get back to California.
Well, thank you for sharing, both of you guys, and I'm really looking forward to the future together. So you guys have a great day. I know you have a noon appointment coming up. So thank you very much for sharing.
You're welcome. And if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to share anything that we're doing in great detail. So feel free to reach out.
All right, you guys know, and there's their channel. We can follow them around the country. And so thank you very much. And there's one more couple I want to hear from, and they're number 1 and 2 on the board, Bernard and Helene. Bernard, can you come off mute? And if you would share, we talked last night for a while. Bernard really sees what's going on here, and he sees the power of dreams and these products and the renewals for life. Tell us kind of how you're sharing that and how you're having success, if you would, Bernard.
Yeah, and so I don't get in trouble. Helene is my business partner and associate here with we have a networking group that we run together. She's not my wife, so my lovely lady in the other room's going, "Hey, when did you get married?" So we don't want to go down there. It's so easy. We were talking about this yesterday, and I see that a gentleman just enrolled this morning at 8:10. He's a business owner we were talking about, and he's starting his own franchise opportunity, and he just wants to build some steady money coming in. And this is one of the biggest things I focus on. I fell in love with 100% renewals for life, and that's easy. So I tell people, I said, what do you need monthly? What do you need to do just to not have to worry about things? That steady income coming in. $5,000, $10,000, whatever it is. You can do that with this 100% renewals for life and stop worrying. Or you go big. Like I know us in the industry, it's a whole different thing. Now, my YouTube channel is what you see behind me, Real Life True Legacy. I'm not as big as James and his wife, and accept my apology for not saying your name. But we're getting there. I'm just starting all this new. I've only been in the industry, but just my company's 5 years old, February 27, 2020. And I've been in the industry about one and a half years prior to that. But I just don't want to be doing this. I'm a little bit older. I don't want to be chasing commission all the time. You get the money, you chase the commission. Sure, you do have some residuals. All that I talk to people about, and if you notice, like I said, it says 14. Now, the ones that are here, I want to thank Terry, I want to thank Edgar, I want to thank Robert, Linda, Helene, Mike, Richard, and I see some other names that I've known from other organizations like Julio and Susan. Tom Bolt, is here too. Jerry Vall is the one who introduced me to this. And within the first 15 minutes of listening to Mike, I said, sign me up. Why? Well, it's free for one thing. I mean, it doesn't make sense not to take this opportunity. Do you need to be an expert at doing this? Absolutely not. Why? Because you got the experts. You could do this on a referral program. And a lot of these business owners are looking at that. So like the gentleman that just enrolled today, Mr. Mike, he sees that opportunity as he's building franchises. He's on board, so he can now talk to the franchise owners and then show them the benefits of, the 125 plan and the health plans and all that stuff while they have their employees. And any of the other programs will be talked about once they get on board. Might as well make some money off of it while he's doing it at the same time too, so he doesn't have to worry. I had a gentleman come by my house yesterday, and he selling a young kid, 18 years old, came up on one of those single wheel skateboards. He said, "Excuse me, sir. I was just about to go back in the house." He goes, "Excuse me, sir. Can I talk to you?" I said, "Sure." And he was doing pest control. I said, I listened to him, and you didn't even say anything. Okay, listen to his what you would call the spiel, but listen to the way he did it. I said, "You're good. You're really good." I said, "You're making really good eye contact. You're really strong and everything like that." I said, "I like what you do." I said, "How do you get paid?" So I just started asking him, how he gets paid, what's his commission level? What happens if he doesn't do the work? Well, he's not getting paid. So one of these, areas like that, I said, "Well, what do you need monthly? Just if you had it right now, if you had monthly income coming into you, what do you need?" It's about $5,000 a month. I said, "Well, how'd you like to, come into a program that, you take a look at it, because you're going door to door to people's homes." I said, "But, you go back to the guy who's hiring you. How many employees does he have?" Because I know the guy's coming up to my door. He came up yesterday, after, and they came up and did the service yesterday. So that guy I also recruited. It's easy. The guy only makes, that works for the company. Think about this. They work for the company, makes $45,000. He's making the company rich. So the sales guy that came by to me is going to introduce me to the company. Since he's on board, that'll go underneath him. So he'll get the credit for all that stuff. And it's such an easy thing to talk to people about. It's so simple. And like I said, I'm not looking at any of the strategies and everything. It's a referral style program. Who would not save money? Now, when we go into the health benefits, that's a simple sell. I mean, how would you like to save between, $600 to $700 per employee? Now, Helene and myself are working on, because we want to go big. We want to work smarter, not harder. And like I said, the recruiting's easy. That's simple. That's just getting out to everybody, and it's not hard. I don't do any of the mass recruitings. I don't send all this stuff out to everybody on LinkedIn and all these different things. All I do is talk to people. Every person I come in contact with, because every place you go, somebody has a job, and somebody needs an opportunity. So that's the way I look at it to that extent. That's why the recruiting part's easy. But now what they do with it, and like I said, it's great to see all these people here because they see the opportunity that we have. But when you go into a business and you just go up to them and say, how many employees do you have? 50 employees. Awesome. Well, do you have health benefits? Yeah. Do you like them? Yeah, they're okay. Awesome. I said, how would you like to save between $600 to $700 per employee on tax benefits at the end of the year? No cost to you. And I overemphasize no cost to you. I say that about 5-6 different times. No cost to you. Well, that's an easy conversation. So what we're doing is we're going big. We're looking here since we're in the Las Vegas area, there's a culinary union. Well, the culinary union offers benefits. Well, my lovely lady, she's in the culinary union. Now, the goal is to eventually get her to stop doing that. That's where this 100% renewals for life is going to come into play. She's in the culinary union, and she has to go to the clinic to get all the benefits and everything. She goes to Mexico a lot to see her family. She's not covered. Well, with these programs here, they're covered. So this should be an easy sell to get into the culinary union. Well, the culinary union in Las Vegas has 60,000 people. And myself and Mike were plugging in numbers yesterday. We were talking about another one that's 57. But, if you go 60,000 and you get their savings in general, before it even comes back to what the heck, we get paid, but their savings that we'll say on an average is 600,000. They're going to be saving $36 million. I mean, that's outrageous. And what that does for us, when I plugged in the numbers, it's sick. It's unfathomable of how big it is. I mean, you take 60K And at $12 per employee, and this is monthly, that's $720,000 a month. That's huge. But that's not even the point. The point is, you know, if you just get in front of there, now we still have MGM Grand. We have Caesars casinos, hotels and casinos here. That's why I said go big. So the recruiting's simple. It's real easy. And all you got to do is just talk to people and say, how'd you like to get 100% renewals for life on, referral style program? And then once you bring them in, focus on one area. Once one area, then the experts will talk about everything else. I don't want to be an expert. I don't have health. Okay. I don't even have a health license. I have to go get it now. I have a life license, but I don't have a health license. But I'm going to go get a health license because I want the 100% renewals for life. And I don't need to be the expert at it, because before I used to send people to people that have health, and I don't even use my own, when I need items. So, I use other people. This here, I'm sorry, it's underneath me because I don't have to close them. I just got to go find them. And that's what we're looking for. So I appreciate it. Like I said, it's easy to get the recruiting. I'm not going big other than just talking to people. And that's really, so whoever you talk to, I think it's really good to share what we have. And especially in the industry, if you got people that are on board with you in the industry, everybody should be enrolled. But everybody should be sitting here. But you don't have to. The trainings are phenomenal, Mike. When you go into the back office here and you just plug in, and because I got so many people say, well, send me the video, send me a video, well, you're here. Now you got access to it. Join, you got the back office, get all the trainings you need. But if you don't do anything, you don't get anything. So that's another way to look at it too. So, I appreciate the opportunity once again. Oh, and also this is how bad, because I'm only, like I said, 5 years. I just published a book and it's called Escape from the Matrix. And I don't have what we're doing here in the book because I wasn't on board on it yet. But this could also be a part in there. I've written articles and put them on LinkedIn, about 100% renewals for life versus, chasing a commission. And that was through the trainings of ChatGPT. So I just, I Googled on ChatGPT and I create articles. So I'm doing all those things, and it's just build your credibility. Just talk. You'll bring people on board, and you never know who's going to step up to the plate and make it happen. So appreciate it. Thank you very much, Mike.
All right. Thank you, Bernard, for sharing. And thanks for kicking butt and kind of setting the example out there. What can be done in 22 days in a month, right? And so it's just, excuse me, talking to people, right? So you guys, I want to talk to you about the money, right? And I know the money is important. Compensation, you have to build towards compensation because that's really what inspires people. I love the question you asked. What do you need per month to be comfortable, right? To be happy. And the guy said 5,000, right? And whatever their number is, you just plug it into that calculator, you guys. And so here is the calculator. And so if you look here, his number would be 420 employees. 420. You guys, that's it. He's at 5,000 a month, 60,000 a year recurring. That could be one sale or 10 companies of 42, whatever, right? And so that's just on one product. That's without group health. That's without R&D, Stream PC, energy, group IUL, whatever, right? It doesn't include the other products. And so let's talk a little bit bigger. 700 employees is 100 grand a year. But just so you know, if you wanted to have the income of 100 grand a year coming in, month out, 8,000 a month, excuse me, you would need $2 million. See down in the bottom corner here? You would have to make like 2.5 million this year. More than that. You'd have to make like 2.6 million this year. Pay the tax, pay your expenses, and throw 2 million in an annuity at 5% to get 8,000 a month. Think about that for a minute. So if you get 700 employees, that'd be the equivalent of you making 2.7 million and doing something smart with it, putting it in a 5% annuity for income, right? What's more likely? You saving 2.6 million, right? 220,000 a month. Can you save 220,000 a month, or get 60 employees, 58 employees a month, average? because it's the same net income to your bottom line. And so if we do it again, another 700, because you get a raise, right? Now you're at 210,000 a year. You guys, that's a $4.2 million annuity. You would need like 5.4 million, pay the tax, pay your expenses, and put 4.2 million in two annuities, right? Split it. And now you're getting 17,000 a month. But what's more likely, right? You making 5.7 million this year, saving 450,000 a month, or you going out and getting 1,400 clients, which technically could be one sale. Could be one sale you make this month in February, right? That's 1,400. You guys, you could do a company of 60. I mean, who knows, right? Hey, you know what's interesting, you guys? What would a company of 60,000? What would they save? You guys, it's 600 to 900 per employee per year. So let's just take it conservatively and say 600. So 600, okay, times 60,000. They would save 36 million a year. The company would save 3 million a month in payroll taxes. Now, if they had a 10 times EBITDA valuation, their company would go up in value 360 million by bringing on the quantum plan. Now, do you think your odds of closing a giant case are greater with a product that's fully licensed in all 50 states? That has, guys, do you want to take a chance on a case that can change your life? Because the lifetime renewals obviously hinges on keeping getting the sale and keeping the client, right? So what you want to know what the difference between self-insured and fully insured is on the 125 plan? Less risk. What did I say the decision is based on? Okay, risk. And so you guys, that because everybody likes to have the value of their company shoot up crazy like that. So here, guys, there's something else very important that I think people miss. And I'm going to come back to that in a second. But here it is. A lot of people don't really look at the big picture when they say, is your ladder leaning on the right wall? Most of us, I made a mistake my whole life, right? Selling life insurance with crappy, pathetic renewals, okay? And annuities with no renewals, okay? Because I take the full commission up front. And so there's no back end, okay, at all. It's minuscule on the life. So it's not just renewals for life, because what if your product sucks and someone's going to come in behind it and replace it anyway with something better? What if you're captive agent and you're handcuffed to that company and that product? Do you think a captive agent can represent their clients better to the industry, or an independent agent? Do you think it matters if you have integrity, morals, and intelligence, that you can, if there's a better product, that you're able to represent that to your client, or you want to be golden handcuffed to an inferior product where when you figure out something better has come along, you can't change because you signed a contract saying you're only allowed to sell one product for one company? That's called the wrong wall, my friends. That's what it's called. So with guarantee, now, if you were selling a one-time commission, you could just switch companies. You wouldn't care. You'd go for the better company because it's better for your clients. But if you are handcuffed to $8,000 a month in residual income and something better comes along, you can't move. So you guys, there's a lot to consider to make sure you're leaning on the right wall, okay? And also, are you doing all this work? Are you the account executive manager, sales rep, analyst, assistant? No, you're not here, right? So the right wall has a lot more to it than I think a lot of people realize. In dreams, let me tell you, I'm here. It's not my company, you guys. I'm here because I love it, because I love income for life, and I love being non-captive, and I love this product portfolio, and I love not being handcuffed to anybody or anything, right? I love being free. You know what? If I want to go take a world cruise and you guys don't see me on training, I could, right? But with satellite, I could be on the training anyway. Okay, and so here's the deal, you guys. Let me do one more. So now you're at 15 and you do 1,400 more. What are you going to get paid? 38,000 a month, 462,000 a year. You're almost at 10,000 a week, or that's it. 40,000 a month, just about. So that's that you guys, you'd have to make over 10 million to do that. 10 million, like 11 million or 12 million, pay the tax, pay your expenses. So that you'd have to save $1 million a month. You'd have to save $1 million a month to do that in 1 year. Pay the tax, put your money in 4 or 5 different $2 million annuities that get a 5% average, and you're making 38,000 a month off your annuities. Now, what's easier? $1 million a month, saving $1 million a month, or getting 2,800 clients? It could be one sale, you guys, or it could be 10 companies of 280. I don't know. Okay. Or 20 companies of 140. Who cares? Whatever the combination there is. Now you get lucky and you do a company of 2,000. You're at 74,000 a month. The magic number, you guys, is 8,333. 83,333. That's the magic number. So let's figure out, what do you got to do to get to 8,333 equals $1 million a year recurring? We're not there yet. We got to do a little bit more. 2,400, 2,500. Okay, so there, we made it. $1 million a year recurring. Okay, so here, that is 28 plus 25, 5,300. 5,300 employees will put you at like a 25, that'd be 2 million a month. You'd have to make 2 million a month. Or save 2 million a month if you did it in a year, or get 5,300 employees. By the way, does that count R&D? R&D is recurring, just so you know, every year. Does that count group health? Group health doubles or triples your income. No, it doesn't count. Does that count overrides on your team? No, it doesn't. Does that count Stream PC, Energy, Group IUL, and all the other great products we have? No, it doesn't. So here, you guys, that is where we're at. That is the right wall. Non-captive, renewals for life, the best products on the market, ability to adapt, no boss, no time clock, no quota, no territory, no politics. Hey, we're in there together, my friends, okay? So you guys, I want to now pass it to so we're going to do some more training, and I'm going to have James talk to you guys about the fast start, along with, some other leaders, some of our great leaders in the company who are going to really help you kind of move to the next level. Thomas Linton is also going to help work with James to really help your new recruits get off to a fast start with a great plan. James, I'll pass it to you.
Great, Mike. Are you able to see my screen and hear me good?
I can see you and I can hear you, but I now see your screen. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, that was an incredible training, you guys. I really got so much out of what we listened to today. Really appreciate everybody taking the time on their Saturday to come and hear these great messages. Mike, you gave so much really good information today, and you're just such an example of success. The company is so lucky to have a leader like you who just puts so much effort into helping people understand how great our business is. So I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. I also loved hearing from the speakers that shared their success stories. And I think it's really obvious what we learned from this training. And it's very obvious that you need to come from a town with less than 100 people in order to be successful, because, I mean, that's the key that we learned today, right? And obviously I'm joking, because, I mean, there's another option, which is you can rent an RV and you can go across the country. That's an option. Or you can allow people to come door to door, and you can let them sell you products and recruit them. So what I'm really making a joke about, guys, is that there are so many ways to make money. It is so easy. This is actually the easiest business in the world, I believe, because number one, our services pay so much and they pay so well, but really people need them. And there's so many different ways to introduce our services. There's almost no way not to be successful. But yet that is the challenge, just so you know. Because when you have so many options, you don't know what to do. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And so I want to share with you something that we'll be doing, 4 days a week. It's a presentation that we'll do every single, Monday through Thursday. And this presentation, it's designed for you to get your new people to see it so they know exactly what they need to do to get off to a fast start and to be successful. So let me just go ahead and go through this. The purpose is to help onboard and train new reps effectively and to ensure that they're equipped to identify business prospects and to provide value through expert appointments. And that's really our model. Our model is to invite people to learn about a service and then to have an expert follow up with them and actually sell them the service that they need and give them that long-term value. So that is our model. And if there's only one thing you ever learn, it's this word right here. It's if. It's invite and follow up. Every single person on this call was invited. I want you to think about how you were invited. Some of you were invited to a phone call, and some of you were invited to a presentation on Zoom. Some of you, Trey gave an example where he just invited himself to come to their home, okay, and to sit down and drink bourbon. And so whatever it is you do, it all starts with an invitation. So we want to teach people what are our invitation model. And we want to leave them with a success path. We've got to give them a rite of passage. And so when Mike and I shared an office in La Jolla, I guess it was 30 years ago, and maybe 27 years ago, we had a huge office in La Jolla, and Tony Robbins was on the floor above us. And one time I was meeting with Tony in his office, and he'd been meeting with Kent and Mike, and we were putting together a deal that was going to allow him to work with us. And I was lucky enough to just have a few minutes of one-on-one time with Tony. And he asked me a question. He said, James, what's your rite of passage? Because he loved what we were doing in the financial services industry. And he felt that he needed that residual income to complement his existing business. So he wanted to know what it is we do to create success. He said, what's your rite of passage? I had no idea what he was talking about. And what he was talking about is there's got to be a pathway that everybody knows what to do. And if they do that, they're going to be successful. And, if you look at Tony Robbins' most recent commercials that you see on when you're watching television and you're watching Netflix and you see a 30-minute and he talks about, hey, I run hundreds of businesses. And he basically has a theme and a message for being successful. And it's like, there's got to be a process that people follow through. So if he were mentoring you, he would want to know what was your process. And that's the only way you can be successful. And Mike and I have had the privilege of witnessing, being a part of, and experiencing tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, and close to millions of people going through a process to become successful in a difficult program, but made simple because of leadership. Leadership simplifies the process. And so we, have had a great success in the last few years with attracting incredible people. We've had great success of attracting incredible partnerships with great strategic organizations that have great products. We've probably interviewed over 200 companies and narrowed it down to about 15 that we've worked with, and have about 10 of those as our core programs and services. And we have an incredible program. But, it takes some time to develop a rite of passage and a process to help people become massively successful. And so Thomas Linton and I have been working really closely and meeting with Kent and Mike on a regular basis to say, okay, how do we really clarify the get start process and give them the tools that they need to be successful? The number 10 is a very powerful number, and it can be used to create focus. And focus is one of the most important, key words to helping you be financially successful. You cannot do everything. You cannot be everything, and you don't need to. But you do have to have focus in your life, and you have to be able to identify what things to focus on a day-to-day basis, on a monthly basis, and on a yearly basis. So we came up with, 3 numbers that we think help you could focus. And if you could do these 3 things, you could be massively successful. So I'm about to train now on how someone who joins the company could identify their top 10, clients, get those 10 clients to literally learn about what our business is and set an appointment with an expert. And then focus on the number one key thing that you never want to stop doing, and that's inviting. And you want to invite. And we heard countless examples of invitations to join our business. So let's go into this right now. So if you were to take the time, and I really appreciate what Jim Sarr's wife mentioned, and how she really complimented the back office. And one of the very first things she did was she joined and she went into the back office and she looked at the training center and she studied the products. And I think that's probably, somewhat what convinced her that this was a company to do. And that's one of our corporate processes is we tell people, join, explore, discover, and inform. It's called JEDI. And so she went in and she informed herself as to what we do. But I'm going to tell you something, that's difficult because we do so much. And I see us losing people in the weeds because they go in and they go, oh my gosh, I got to learn everything about R&D. I got to learn everything about this new retirement program. I got to learn everything about the funding solutions and how that works. I got to learn about this energy. Wow, this energy is amazing. I'm so confused. I can help people with save money, but is it 50 employees or is it 25? You literally get lost because there's so much. And so I want to tell you that there's only one word that you need to learn how to spell, and it's dreams. Because dreams is an acronym for all of the services that we represent. Every service fits inside dreams. So rather than trying to explain that you're an expert in 9 different programs, explain that you're a consultant who introduces all of the services that they need to save money. So it's one conversation, and that one conversation leads to everything. In talking about what Trey's doing, what a fantastic job he's doing. He introduced the program to someone, the person liked it, and that is leading to, dozens of referrals, which is generating a lot of money. I'm not sure you realize how much money it is, so I'm going to share it with you. He told you that his goal was to do 30 million. I think that's a conservative goal, considering that he's already done a couple million in just the first few months. And he probably already has at least 5 to 10 million scheduled just on the appointments and the prospects that he's teeing up. But let's just say it is only 30 million. So if it's 30 million in actual credits that he gets for his business owners, that will pay him a minimum 5%, which is 1.5 million. So here's a guy who joins a business a few months ago, learns how to do one service, and has already put in place 1.5 million. Now he could put that into some kind of retirement program and retire. Oh, he doesn't need to, because that's 1.5 million per year forever. Are these business owners ever going to stop filing? No. So every time they file next year, that's another $1.5 million in commission. So we need to have Trey hang up for a couple minutes, or at least just not listen to what I'm about to say, because Trey could quit today and have $1.5 million for life just on what he's already created. He could literally say to his son, hey, I'm done. I'm just turning this over to you. I just want to have my passive income for life. I'm not even going to recruit anymore. I'm not even going to sell anything. Just what he's already put into place will continue to build. Now, what that should sell you on is not that you need to live in a town of less than 100 people. It should sell you on this is an incredible business, and you need to seize this business, and you need to maximize what Mike's been telling you forever, which is your number one opportunity is the recruiting opportunity, is introducing people to dreams. And some will get it now, some will get it later, and some will never get it. But if you introduce our opportunity, it's going to open doors. And then the most important thing is after you introduce the opportunity is you got to get people to feel and experience that they can make money by helping others. If they can realize that they can help others and they can make money, they're going to take action. And so that's what we do is we teach them how to go into the back office, how to, learn about what our services are. And then we want to give them the next acronym. You can see you've only been on with me for 5 minutes, and I'm already giving you 3 acronyms. I gave you IF, I gave you JEDI, Join, Explore, Discover, Inform. Our company is an acronym called DREAMS. Why is it an acronym? Because if you want to be the largest company in the world, you have to have something that allows everybody to understand what you do in a minute, in a second. If you want to have something be massive, you have to basically make it so powerful, so simple, so easy that it connects to everybody. So DREAMS is an acronym, and it connects the most powerful, most important services that business owners need. But it is also another acronym. And so you don't have to memorize 2 acronyms, only one. This acronym is what you do to get people to be successful. And so as soon as you've invited somebody to your company and they've joined for free, they need to engage in this acronym right here. The next acronym of DREAMS. Help them identify their top 10 opportunities. Help them go into the back office and review, just like Jim Sarr's wife did and got her excited about what we do. Export your contacts. Put them into your database where you're going to start marketing. Take them from emails and LinkedIn's, and then you've got to make an accountability decision that you're going to be accountable to someone and that you're going to start inviting. You're going to do the number one thing that will help you be successful. And I'm going to tell you about the easiest invitation you're ever going to do. It's the first invitation, and it's done the very first day. When you join our company, the very first thing you should do is invite somebody else to learn about it, because it's the time you're the most excited. It's the easiest. And I hate to tell you this, but it's kind of true. The more you learn, you almost start to overwhelm your brain, and you start to make it more confusing and harder than it actually is. And I will tell you right now, you got to get people off to a fast start. They got to see how powerful it is, see how simple it is, and they got to take action. And nothing's going to stop them once they see that they have actually shown a prospect a service that's going to make them money. So we put this into a platform, and the Dream Score that we've been introducing is the game changer, because it takes a process of having salespeople have to learn about products and learn how to present those products to all they have to do is tell a prospect or a business owner that we have a way to show them how much money we can save them. That's it. Hey, Mr. Business Owner, I have ways that I can save you money. Can I show it to you? It's that simple. So let's go through them very quickly. Number one is, identify your top 10, opportunities. We have an Excel spreadsheet that we've created, and I'll just share with you, it's game changer, because when you put the top 10 business prospects in there, what it does is it tells you what is the opportunity value. What is an opportunity value? An opportunity value is what the commission would be if they were to buy that product. So we put this out to a few people this week, and I said, hey, I want you to get back to me. And a few of them did, and they sent me their Excel spreadsheet with their top 10 opportunities. One of them's income for that was $500,000. Another's was $1 million. Another's was over $10 million. And you say, no way over 10 million. Well, on her list, she had over 170,000 employees. 170,000 employees was in her top 10 prospect list. What does that tell you? It means that she has a personal relationship with someone in the C-suite of companies that have 5,000 plus employees. And it was many. And guys, this is not our first rodeo. We've worked in this process before, where we've worked with, referral agents and teach them how to prospect. But the number one person you're supposed to prospect is your relationships and their relationships. And you look for people who have a C-suite relationship in their company. And when you do that, you're not going to be shocked when all of a sudden you find these are the largest companies in America. These are companies that we do business with every single day. So you will see some very large companies come through our process of identifying that. And you'll be shocked when you start doing this with your team. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it. This guy actually knows this person who knows this person. And, I've had the opportunity to present to Walmart and their board, but it came as a result of a relationship who was a person who was related to one of the C-suite executives at Walmart. Had the opportunity to do it to Costco, had the opportunity to do it to 3 of the largest banks. And the reason is every single one of them came from a relationship with someone who had joined the company and had put that name on a list. And we said, okay, here's how you contact them and here's how you present them. So the very first thing you want to do when you recruit somebody is have them put their top 10 business prospects on a list and show them what is the potential revenue and what is the opportunity. The next one that we do after that, after D, is we get them to explore. We get them to review all of our back office, and they go in there and they see, and we're making it better. We're improving it. You know, we have some new services that we're bringing on that I'm super excited about. Within the debt management structure, you know, we have, you know, our Bank Breezy relationship. We're also bringing on some other lending options for our clients. One of the programs that we're bringing on has a scan to where you can scan your website and your business, and it will tell you what your fundable ability is. It'll tell you how much income you could get for your business, how fast you could get it. It is so powerful. It is such an incredible tool. And so as you go through and you learn about our companies, you go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So, you know, when someone joins within the first, 2 hours of joining, they could be exposed to all the different tools that we have. But we're trying to make this very powerful. So instead of you having to watch 2 hours of training on 6 different topics, you can go in there and get a little blurb about what the company is, what it does, what it pays, who's the target market, and how you contact them. And I will tell you, all of the contacts come through our links and through our introductions, and they come through our powerful system called Dream Score, which leads to all those services. But then you go, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of that, and I want to do that. So I'm super excited. When people go through the process of learning what our company is, they're immediately ready to take action. What action are they going to do? They're going to export their contacts into our database to where they can start reaching out. They can start emailing them. That's all Mike did. Mike saw the opportunity. He was very successful. He was crushing a successful business in the ERC world. And, he had 1,500 reps already, that he was managing for years. And he was just doing a fantastic job. And he was very focused. He saw what we were doing here. He saw how we were using technology, saw how we had a little bigger vision than just 1 or 2 products, saw what we were doing, said, okay, I got to be a part of this. He immediately exported his database. He took his database. He started contacting them. He recruited 750 people in the first 2 to 3 months. Okay. And then that's grown to thousands of reps. And I can tell you, you can do exactly what Mike has done. And you can do it faster and you can do it easier. Why? Because we've made the technology 10 times better than it was when Mike was here. We didn't have all of the technology we have now. So, Eric Loftum's joined our team and he does these incredible training seminars on GPT chat. He's changed my life more than once. First 25 years ago when I started, applying his accountability programs into my business, and it made me a millionaire back then. Okay. But now he's changed my life again, introducing me to ChatGPT. I use it every day, at least 3 hours a day. Okay. And you're like, what the heck are you wasting 3 hours a day? Well, I usually do it at night when everyone else is asleep, and I use it to audit our business. I was using it last night because I asked Dave a question. Dave Hooley's just one of our unbelievable successful leaders, manages the R&D process. And I said, Dave, can you tell me how close our dream score was to the actual? And I'm always worried about, over promising. So when we do this dream score and we say, hey, your potential savings is 400,000, I want to know what it really is. So we look at one of Trey's clients that just got 554,000 was the amount that they got in their R&D credit. And I said, Dave, what was the amount in the dream score? And he said, oh, it was 401,000. So it was roughly 80%. So we promoted that they were going to get 400, they got 500. And, so I was actually happy that the number was greater. And so I spent a couple hours on ChatGPT that night. And I was like, okay, well, let me ask, what are the top industries? What is their percentages? And, we found that the average percentage is between 6 and 8% of their total payroll. So if you take their total payroll and their total expenses and you calculate that by 6%, you're going to get what an estimate is to their R&D credit. Why am I telling you this? because this is the kind of formulas that we had to do to build Dream Score, so that you could in a minute get somebody a snapshot of what their potential savings is. Why? Because you want to promote or encourage them to make a decision. What decision are they going to make? They're going to make a decision to meet with the expert. There are only two decisions that you need to get people to make. That's it. And if you're getting them to make other decisions than two, you're getting distracted. And the two decisions are, one is to meet with you to learn about what it is you have to offer. And that is an invitation. And the second is to follow up with an expert. Those are the only two things that you should be focused on. And if you'll focus on those two things, you will earn incredible money in our company because someone else does everything else. Now, what we've done is we've created a platform that helps you master the invitation. We've taken all of the creativity out of it and said, here's the exact invitation that you send. You don't need to think about it. You just send it. And we've taken all of the different ways to invite. You can invite to a ChatGPT seminar. You can invite to one of Mike's overviews on Saturdays. You can invite to a 7-minute presentation that Mike did in high speed so that you could get an hour's worth of information in 7 minutes. You could invite to a seminar that you could do locally. There are so many things that you can do, but there's only two: invite and follow up. But all invitations occur after you have the information of the contact. So you must get the contacts into our platform. We recommend that you can do 10 times the inviting. And Mike will tell you he's a raving fan of Dreams Cloud because it saves him time and energy. He can contact more people, stay more organized, create more follow-up than the 4 to 5 hours he used to have to do just organizing Gmail, copying, pasting. I mean, the guy is master. There's no one that could have done what he did. It's what inspired me to want to put together, the Dreams Cloud platform, because I was like, no one can duplicate Mike. He's a workhorse. And I was like, we got to make this simpler. So we created this system that teach you how to send 100 invitations per week in less than 20 minutes a day. So easy, so powerful. And then you can become, a sales director that's helping hold other people accountable and make additional money. And the last thing in the last two things in the dreams is you got to make the calls. At some point, you got to pick up that phone and you got to make that phone call. I'm going to tell you something. The sooner somebody makes an invitation, the easier it is. And if you're in the recruiting business, which every one of you are, one of the things you should be monitoring is how quickly are you getting a new person to take action and invite someone to this business, or invite someone to hear about a Dream Score, or invite somebody to come to a Saturday training or a 1 o'clock thing. Because I'm going to tell you, that is the key to this business, is its duplication and its speed, its urgency, its enthusiasm. And so you want to get them to make their 10 calls immediately. By the way, if you think this training is good, your focus is not to give this training. Why would you do this training? Let somebody like me, who's got 30 years experience, give this training. And so all you have to do is invite them to get onto the training, which we do every day. So we're going to have a schedule. We're doing them at 9 a.m. PST, and we're doing them at 2 p.m. PST. The 9 a.m.s are Monday the 9 a.m.s are Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the 2 p.m.s are Mondays and Wednesdays. And we'll put that on the calendar. So all you got to do is like, oh, I just recruited somebody. Hey, make sure you get on that training. Now, by the way, if you forget, we're going to email them. We know how many people joined yesterday, and they'll get an invitation inviting them to this. But I would always follow up. I would follow up on everything you can. I would follow up on your reps. I'd follow up on encouragement of how they're doing. I'd follow up on, hey, how did you like I know you just were on the fast start with Thomas Linton today. How did that go? Have you exported your names yet? Have you done your opportunities? I'd love to see that. So this is a simple business, simple. And the key to it is you got to get people to do 10 Dream Scores. They need to leave that meeting with a definitive decision. I'm going to go get 10. I'm going to get 10 Dream Scores right away. And when they do those Dream Score analyzers, it literally is just like printing gold, because it shows a roadmap to the client, and the roadmap to you is to follow up. Maybe you only follow up on one client. Maybe the very first time you talk to a client, they want to know how they're going to get income. They want to know how they're going to get some funding. And we show them the new fundable score, which you'll be introduced to next Saturday. A tool that just literally is so powerful, complements everything we're doing with Bank Breezy, complements everything we're doing with Dream Score. I mean, just so excited about that. So they do the Dream Score analyzer and they begin that process. Now, if you want to be able to be a person to train others, you got to do your 10 so that you can train others. Make sure you make a commitment to come to the big event that's taking place in Carlsbad, which is on the back office. Explore the back office, go to the links. I was talking to, a good friend of mine, Butch, this morning, and I was like, we used to be so good at making people immediately when they joined, the very first thing we did, we said, come to a big event. I said, I don't think we have enough events. People make major changes in their life as a result of events. I would say today was a great event. I would say, you invested, 2 hours of your Saturday and you got incredible training about how to make $1 million this year. You got incredible, hey, you also learned how to live your life while making money. The stars are living a dream life, traveling to the most beautiful places in the world while they're building a multi-million-dollar income. How inspiring is that? Okay. Trey Jones gets to work with his son. How inspiring is that? Everything that we're hearing is incredible, but it's different on a Zoom than it is at a big event. And you literally make major lifelike decisions between events. So come to our event. You have no idea what you'll learn. You have no idea what we're introducing. All of our providers will be there. 2 days will blow you away. But one of the reasons you're coming is to become a certified sales director so that you can match up. I want to say this right now, and you hear me loud and clear. You get to do in this company whatever you want to do. If you don't ever want to recruit someone, you do not have to. This is not a company that requires recruiting. We're not a network marketing company. We don't have any sales, recruiting requirements to get paid. It is not a recruiting company. This is a company that is a program to refer businesses to be successful. But the fastest distribution model is to invite others to allow it in that referral process. And you heard how simple Trey made it when he said to his client, if you'd like to refer others, we can pay you and we can do a rev share on that. So there's nothing weird about what we do. It's the simplest model in the world. And every company in the world is now doing it. Do you realize that every major Fortune 500 company is realizing that if they don't have an affiliate program, their competitors do? And so they're starting to do it. Even the most conservative, largest Fortune 500 companies are putting affiliate programs in because that is the fastest, easiest, least expensive, most productive, best source of referral marketing in the world is an affiliate program. It's not weird. It's not new. It's mainstream. But we have the best and we have a lot to improve on. We have a lot of things to get better at, but we're getting better, but we're focused on the business to business market. So what I'm saying here is, here's the things I want you to know. If you don't ever want to recruit someone, please don't. If you just want to sell only, you just want to be a salesperson, you can make $100,000 a month here just referring businesses. Now, if you're a terrible recruiter and you just can't do it, you're scared to talk to anybody, and you don't even think you can sell because you just don't know where you would get the prospects to sell to. We have a third option. Become a trainer. If you never recruit anybody and you just don't have any prospects, become a certified sales director and literally train others. Sit in your home doing Zoom meetings for others and earn 25% helping them let their dreams come true. And by the way, you can make $100,000 a month doing that. So whether you want to recruit, whether you want to sell, or whether you want to train, it is your option. I recommend doing a little bit of all and really build a monster business with monster income, but it's up to you. So let's wrap up here my portion, and let's go to the last slide here. So benefits for completing the challenge: confidence and momentum, hands-on experience engaging business prospects, early success, appointments and potential business conversions, workshop eligibility, become a dreams, a partner. Support for new reps. As a sales director, you could reach out to anyone in the company and introduce you and say, hey, I'm a sales director. I'm a senior consultant. I'd like to help you do your dream scores. You know how many people in this company, you know how many people are on this call sitting here right now going, man, I wish I had somebody that could train me. Well, guess what? There are people. We will train you. We'll set your appointments for you. We will help you close your appointments. You keep the majority of the money, but let somebody who's got 30 years experience in sales do that. I mean, Trey would be willing to help you. Jim Sard was probably willing to help you. There's a lot of people, but we first teach them the process. We teach them how to do dream scores. You know, Trey didn't start with dream scores. He started with R&D. Now he's learning how to go back to those clients, do dream scores, and make, you know, if he's going to make $1.5 million on R&D, he'll make another $1.5 million going back and selling the energy solutions, selling, you know, the funding solutions if they need it, selling the you know, the employee benefits programs with, you know, Section 125. So I just think that a critical component is tracking. You know, you got to be able to track your business. This is why I'm a big believer in Dreams Cloud. It not only tracks your clients, it not only tracks your follow-up, it tracks your team. And so we're releasing some features that will allow you to do that. So, here's kind of the next steps. If you were a brand new person and I was talking to you, I would tell you to schedule a one-on-one. Thomas is one of our executives who's, you know, really mastered this process. He just put in 2 clients himself, one with 500 employees for the Quantum platform, another one for 68. These are his personal clients. He knows more about the Dream Score process than just about anybody in the company. He's literally more trained on how to use Dreams Cloud than anybody in the company. He uses it every day to manage his previous consulting business, and he's using it to schedule his business. So you want to use the people that know how to do things, and you can certainly schedule appointments with him and others. So guys, I'm just telling you, I'm so excited. We've got such a world-class company. We've got a, as Tony Robbins said, a rite of passage, a 10-10-10. And if you'll get more of your team realizing how easy this is, you can max out. So Mike, that's the main things I wanted to say. I think we're getting short on time. I did want Jeremy to take the screen and just show how you invite right now. So let's let Jeremy take the screen, and I'll stop my screen. Mike, anything you wanted to share before I have Jeremy talk about inviting and using Dreams Cloud to invite to the big event coming up that we have that Eric Laughlin's training on?
No, I love what you just shared, you guys. And I think just having a formatted system and providing assistance to people who would like it is incredible. So no, you go ahead and then I'll just wrap up after Jeremy.
Jeremy, are you wanting to share your screen, or should we have Mike share his cloud screen and show the example there?
We can do this right now on my screen. Here it comes. All right. Amazing. You have Eric Laughlin event coming up here in March, and there it is. So create your 2025 sales marketing plan with Eric and ChatGPT. So if you go to dreams.poweredagency.com, you can get your link, but there's a lot of manual work to do that. So if you have Dreams Business Cloud, or if you're going to get Dreams Business Cloud, which you should, you can come over to your account right here. And this is the demo account, but this is in your account also, okay? So you can come in here and you can open up a contact that you want to send this to, and just with a couple of clicks, you will be able to send it off with your link and everything. All right, so I'm pulling this up right now. This is Nick Demo Sansone, and I want to send Nick an email about this, and we continue to write and update and put new content in here all the time, and you can check the training center to see what we have in here for you as well. But right here, see this little icon right here? That's a snippet. I can click all snippets. And then we have this one called DBC, Chat GPT Planning with the Eric Laughlin. And this is the one that, we worked on with Eric and Mike Hinsvark yesterday. And it says, hi, contact, first name, long time no see. And then right here, it has a hyperlink that says, click to register for this event. All I have to do is click send. I didn't have to write anything. That was only 4 clicks. And now up here in the upper right, or kind of the middle corner, there's a next button. I click that next button, and then I can repeat the process. And then boom, boom, boom. I just march right down the list, and I get everybody an invitation to that. And by the way, we have it set up so that when they do click on the link and fill out the form and register for the event, we send you an email the second that it happens. So you get some really good momentum. The flywheel keeps speeding up and going, and everything's amazing like that. I'm going to show this one more time. But if you don't have this already, you need to get Dreams Business Cloud so you can do this. You click on snippets down here at the bottom, DBC Chat GPT training, and then you click send. And look at that. Just in that, I was able to send off a couple of these. And then, I have 219 on this particular list. So I would be able to march right down there and get those out to everybody. So that's how you use Dreams Business Cloud. The training is right here under the Start Here button. It's also under training.dreamsresources.net. James?
Jeremy, stay on that screen. I want you to show also, so you just showed them how to invite, hundreds of people, using the Eric Laughlin event. Remember, when you use the link in here, then when they confirm for the Eric Laughlin event, then and you get a response back. And, we're trying to help you by using Dreams Cloud as your follow-up system. And so now what I want you to do is after, so they've gone there, they sit that, you get a notification. And guess what? Now they're in your Dreams Cloud, and you're now going to follow up with them on what? Well, now you're going to invite them, to actually join Dreams later. You're going to invite them to get a Dream score. So this is your funnel system that you're building. And then when you do that, so real quickly, before we kind of end this conversation, I'm not sure who's you're in, but show them show them some of the opportunity values. And then I want to show how we got there. Well, actually, before you go to opportunity values, first click the button at the bottom that says Dream Score in their left column. So if you invite a client to get a Dream Score, this is where you're taking them. You're taking them to this page, and it's only available on Dreams Cloud. So you pay $197. You get access to your inviting machine, which is the key to your business, which I just told you. And then, stop right here. Then you send them a link that tells them about how they're going to do their Dream Score, how they're going to find out how much savings they are. We're building a landing page that should be done by Monday, and we'll train on Tuesday at 10 a.m. But this landing page is like you invite somebody to learn about Dream Score, and then they're going to go, yeah, I want to do it. So let's go ahead and show them where they would fill it out. So now you're on a Zoom. Your client's going to fill out the Dream Score Analyzer, and after they fill it out and they go through the 10 questions, then it's going to take them back to Dreams Cloud. So now let's go back to Dreams Cloud, and we now got our results, and we now have all of the results that came in from our client. So we'll go to our dashboard or opportunity section, and we'll see some of the clients that we just put in, and we'll see some of the opportunity values. Now it looks like the opportunity value from some of our opportunities is 141,000. I'm seeing that right there in the middle. So these are potential commissions and from some of the accounts that we've done. So Jeremy, I'm going to let you train on some of the specifics here. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So now everything comes into this DBC Dreams Score section right here, and you can filter it by the person that you're working with, or you can filter it by the category. So right here we have security PC. So if I wanted to look at all the security
Volume
PCs,
down, yo. I can't hear nothing.
that might be you. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, keep going. We
All
can hear
right.
you fine. Keep going.
Yeah, so we have security. So we have security PC and John Demoliles. What I want to do is I want to get John booked with an appointment. This tells you where you want to go. This is your dashboard. This helps you plan your day and also prioritize the money. So I could
So Jeremy,
go.
don't leave. Right there at the very top, it says 9,000 in opportunities. So
Yeah.
that means that you've done 4 Dream Scores, and there's 9,000 in opportunities. So
For security PC. Yeah,
for security
exactly.
PC only. So
Yeah,
what we're
because I
saying
filtered it right here. You see my mouse right there? I filtered it for security.
Yep.
So that's
So
how I'm
now
able
what
to see.
Jeremy could do is he could pull up, and I don't want to do it right now because we don't have time, but he could
Right.
pull up some follow-ups and start marketing to people. So this is not just a tool to help you sell. It's the follow-up. And guys, it's hard to follow up when you have a client that potentially has 5 products they need, and you're not going to remember. So the 20-minute millionaire is that you log in, you say, okay, who do I need to follow up on? Well, let's look at all the people for Street PC. Let's look at all the people for this. This only has a few clients in it. I'd like us to pull up Mike's demo that we just did with Patricia in Mike's account. So let's go to Mike's account, Mike Hinsbark's account. And we did a dream score with a client named Patricia demo. And guys, I would love to show you some of these dream scores. We cannot show someone else's personal information. I wish I could show you the one that Heather did where she put in the opportunities, but it has some of the largest companies in America that we do business with every single day that she's going to be following up on. So I'm not going to put her information on the screen here, and I'm not going to put a client's information on here. So we're using demo data. So here's a demo data. This is one client, this is an average client, $64,000 in commissionable revenue. That's sort of an average that we're seeing is about 50,000 in commissions that are coming from a dream score. Some of the larger ones are in the millions when you start building with larger clients, and then some of the smaller ones are 5 to 10,000. But they're all good. So go ahead and show how you use this data.
Yeah, well, what I can do is I can click on the name right there and it will pull up the contact information. I can send a text, email, or make a phone call or leave a voicemail message. I mean, James, this goes back to the very fundamental teaching that you talk about all the time, invite and follow up. This is your invite and follow up tool. And you might remember to invite, but if you forget to follow up, it's not as powerful. This is where you come to follow up. Once you do have them set for an appointment for, like, for instance, Stream PC, you can drag them over to your next stage right here where the appointment is set with the expert, and you can gather that information and follow up and see when that's happening. And then you see if the solution is proposed. Okay. The expert, after the meeting with the expert, they'll propose a solution, and then they'll either accept it and you've won it and you can mark it as a win, or they say no, or maybe they say, come back to me later, and you can put it under abandon, or you can just leave it there and set a reminder to come check things out, when things are different, maybe next quarter. So this is your tool. This doesn't like let you sit back and watch. This is not a scoreboard. This is a dashboard. Okay. Scoreboards just, you sit back and you watch it happen. Dashboards, you lean forward and you take action. When you're in a car, you're not passive. You're looking at the dashboard, and the information on there lets you take action, and the action you take then changes the dashboard. That's how this is.
Jeremy, this was such a good training. I'm looking at the clock and we need to end. I'd like
Yes.
you to show them where they find the videos. No.
Oh,
you
okay.
you need to show them where they find the videos. Guys, if you see the training, you're like, wow, that wasn't enough. So when you buy Dreams Cloud, you need to go to the button that says start here. And there's videos that you're going to watch, and you're going to literally say, okay, how do I learn what this is? Jeremy is committed to adding about 15 videos in the next by Tuesday. And these videos are going to be videos that are like, okay, how do I do an invitation to the Eric Lofholm event? How do I find my dream score? Where do I find my websites? Everything you want to know. So remember the join, explore, discover. And so we're really trying to reinvent this every single day and helping you guys be successful. So very powerful. So are these the videos for Dreams Cloud right here?
Yeah, this is it. So this is where you click start here. This is the exact same content that's in training.dreamsresources.net. You can get to it from the back office, but because we wanted a fast shortcut to get to it here, we put the start here button, and that will get you
Let's scroll
in there
down
as
and
well.
read those. So welcome, adding your contacts, exporting your contacts, preparing your contact data, CSV fields, setting up your SMS number so you can do texting. Okay. And then what you're going to start to see the next series of videos is going to be like, how do I find my website so that I can do marketing for that? Oh, we got quick mail stuff in there, the downloads, the Zoom recordings. And you're going to see like, okay, how do I follow up on events? How do I use DreamScore to, where's a script for DreamScore? So we're adding so much content, you guys, but content can be a little overwhelming. And so, it's like, everyone's on a different level and everyone's different, stages. And we're also tracking what you're doing. If it says 0 out of 49, that tells us you haven't done anything. Okay. So we're tracking your progress. And I want to thank you guys for being patient. It's taken us a while to build this. And this is a very customized CRM specifically for Dreams. It is way more powerful than Salesforce or 10 other companies you could do. But I think there's a training component that has to happen. So always attend the Tuesday at 10 o'clock as we do training. And then at 4 p.m. on Mondays, for everybody who's committed to coming to the event, we're doing sales training at that time. These are in the calendar. And then, you know, Jeremy does some Q&As on, you know, at 5 p.m. on Mondays. So we do have different trainings for this. Mike, I'm going to turn it back to you, and I think it's fine to take questions, but I know there was a lot of information, but I hope that helped everybody from our part. So I appreciate it.
No, that's